Most people in America are looking for how to make a life worth living and a retirement having. As the sun is coming up in Champaign, Illinois, I'm watching a beautiful orange cast come across the sky with lighter blues and shades of gray in the clouds, and it's marvelous. And I'm seeing that through my marvelous little window I have posted underneath my little tarp tent. You see, the whole value of learning how to serve in America as a child, from the earliest of stages growing up through the years of junior high, high school, and college, or some sort of specialty and trade school, where your child is encouraged to take on their best skill sets and put those to work for their life, is the value of a career. The value of a career is the life lessons and full-on learning you gain every day of the year. And openly, when we work in a company, which is where most people head, they have to learn how to be a part of a team where they're not the leader, they're not the supervisor, they're not the manager yet. We can develop leadership skills in children by giving them books to read 20 minutes a day. That we encourage them to read a little bit of the Bible for their spirituality or some other Wiccan worldly text, and openly that knows about God, preferably, not knows about Satan. And openly we do encourage children to read that book by Derek Prince that's on Satan that I've talked about several times, which is marvelous, because it teaches them that. I would also encourage them to read a book by Tim Keller called Counterfeit Gods, but that was a text that was promoted to me by someone in my family of origin. Now, after we get people to understand where their time can be consumed in addictions, not only to being online but to being offline with their friends, we have to teach them time management. But a part of time management is learning how to produce time to task management. How much time does it take you to perform a task? Because all food preparation has to be done in about 20 minutes so that people don't get impatient in the restaurant where they're seated. And openly, we've gone from fast food restaurant that has food already prepared, which is, I think, a reason with regard to sanitation, but it's also an abuse of food in a way, because we do lose food that some days, but that's because people haven't learned how to calculate what is needed. And we've gone to these play it by ear places in terms of who comes first, not at all, but on-site preparations, and I'm forgetting the term in my concussion-induced mind. But what I can tell you about time management, and with regard to what we're talking about right now, is that teamwork is essential. You have to know how to participate in a team without mucking it up for other people. You have to learn how to be a self-led team member of these are my tasks and this is what I'll succeed in and this is what I'll perform with my utmost best, because it's my reputation as a junior high and high school student or college student or recent graduate on the line. We're not teaching people to be perfectionists, because that is a foolishness that parents almost bash into their children, because we have to be open to constructive feedback. We have to be learning how to do things appropriately as we're trained, not as we feel like for the day. And openly, how I feel like doing something might actually be more efficient than how you train me to do something, but that doesn't mean I should always do it that way. Now, in teamwork, we are learning how to participate in a team, how to respect other people's communication styles, how to learn how to interact with them in sometimes polar opposites, but also how to deal with people who are in our own style. The woman that I adore, the woman that I love, one of them anyway, is a driver communication style just like me when I'm in my thriving mode. So I have to learn how to interact with that person, and I'm too tell-oriented sometimes and less ask-oriented, but even when I ask, drivers don't always respond in their arrogance and attitude if they don't have to. But we have to learn how to interact with people. So allowing your children to read about the Enneagram and communication styles and how to be different and how to celebrate other people's differences to the point of everyone working in ethics and integrity of the business is essential.